Camelot has a special feature that is dedicated for hardware instrument manufacturers that has teamed up with us. Today I'm going to show you the deep integration between Camelot and Yamaha Montage. The idea of hardware instrument support and integration that we have Camelot is a facilitation. We want to provide you a plug and play communication and plug and play experience between Camelot and your Yamaha instruments. Camelot, as you know, is a live performance application, and we want you to forget about technicalities like the MIDI implementation chart of the instruments and focus only on music. So you can connect a Yamaha Montage with Camelot with a simple USB cable. So in this case I have plugged a USB cable in the Montage and then connected the same cable to my MacBook. In my MacBook Pro, considering that I have a USB-C port, I need an adapter. I have an Apple adapter that allows me to connect the type A cable to the USB-C, and if I want to use Camelot on iPad, I need as well an adapter that is called Camera Connection Kit for iPad that are still using the Lightning port. For iPad that are using the USB-C port, you can use the same adapter that I'm using on the MacBook. For Windows, you can connect directly on USB port on your PC or laptop, or you can use any USB hub. Camelot and Yamaha Montage have a very deep integration. So let's see how deep and easy is the way to control your montage with Camelot. In Camelot, we collect all the preset and settings of the hardware instruments in one unit that is called a scene. A scene is made by different layers that are containers of audio and MIDI properties. In this example, I want to add a preset from the Montage. So I press the plus button, I go to the hardware instruments, I go to the Yamaha folder, and then I select the Montage. The first time I connect a new hardware instrument, Camelot asks me some information that is a wizard that allows you to select the correct MIDI ports for the right communication. So the first information that is asked is the sync data port. The sync data port that needs to be selected is the Montage port in this case. And then I need also to select the correct MIDI port to the Montage, the output port, that is called Send MIDI to port. Now it's all set to have a correct communication between Montage and Camelot. This communication is important because it allows Camelot to show the preset names of your instrument. So now that is all set, we can start the preset name acquisition with the refresh button. As you can see, with this operation, Camelot is browsing the entire library of your instruments and getting the correct names. This communication is important also to recall user sounds. So let's create a user sound and save it right now. So I can go here, let's select this one. Okay, so let's see it, and then store it in as a new performance. I press new performance and I call it Camelot integration. Done. So now I have created a new performance that is called Camelot integration. How can I recall it and see it in Camelot? Let's go to the first user bank and press the refresh button. If I select one bank, I can run the scan and the preset name acquisition only for that bank. If I press it, I can recall all the sound in that bank. We can stop it right now, and just we can see that Camelot integration is right here. Okay. Another important feature of the Smart Map is the possibility of controlling some setting of your hardware. You just need to press on the cog icon here, and you can see a list of different parameters. In this case, one of the most important parameters for using it with Camelot is the local on control, and I can set the Yamaha Montage in localoff directly from here and be ready to create interesting combination of sounds from internal sound of the Montage and external sound, maybe from other synth, hardware synth or software synth. Okay, so let's see how I can select different sounds. Just pressing the map, I can go on the preset any bank or select all the sounds and go and search by name. For example, I want to look for a pad sound. I can type pad in the search area. So maybe I can go to Halo Pad and try it. I can search for another sound, maybe a choir. This one is pretty cool. Another interesting feature is that I can layer a Montage sound, internal sound, with a plugin instrument. I can do that by adding a plugin instrument in the same layer. First of all, you need to be sure that the Montage is set in localoff, and we have done it just some minutes before. And also, we need to select the Montage port as an input for this layer. That means that all the instruments that are attached, that are loaded in this layer, will be played by the MIDI input controller. In this case, Montage is played by itself because it's in localoff. Now that I want to add plugin instruments, I need to be sure to select an audio output. Any plugin that is playing on your system, in your device, need an audio card. Yamaha Montage has a very convenient USB audio card, so I suggest to connect Camelot with Montage by USB, also to use this important feature. So you have a complete live performance setup with just one USB cable. In Camelot, all you need to do is to select in the main setting menu on the cog button, go into the audio menu and select in the output the Montage audio card. Before going back to the performance view, be sure to select the buffer size with the right value that is a good compromise between the performances and the latency that you want to get. In my computer and for my style of playing, the 128 sample is a good choice. Press the apply button, and now Camelot is reloading the audio engine and is ready to go with this configuration. Let's press the plus button, select the plugin instrument because we want to layer a VST or an audio unit. Let's go to the audio unit and maybe add a nice retrolog pad. Let's mute the choir of the Montage to hear the sound from retrolog. This is probably an init sound. Double click on the retrolog item to see it. Okay, this is an init sound. Let's find a pad or a string sounds, maybe. Let's hear this. Pretty cool synth strings. I like it. Okay, and then just mix it with the Montage sounds. Let's see the result. With Camelot, I can adjust and balance the level between the sound on the Montage and on the plugin instruments. We can go deeper with Montage because Camelot can also recall the information of the performance that you have loaded and adjust some parameters of that performance. Let's see how we can do that. Let's get rid of Rectolog for now. Expand the layer and then expand the item. If you expand the item, after a few seconds you will see that Camelot is showing up the representation of the performance that you can see on the screen. The M sequencer choir pad is built with 3 instruments on channel 1, 2 and 3. And the same information is replicated here in Camelot with part 1, part 2 and part 3. With Camelot I can adjust the levels of each part and also switch the sound of each part without touching the interface of your instrument. Another cool feature in Camelot is the possibility also of adjusting the keyboard ranges level. So, for each layer I can set a keyboard range. But with the Yamaha Montage, I can also expand one item and select the keyboard range of the selected part. As you can see, the footer is showing the path of the keyboard range that I'm using, and I can adjust right now only the keyboard range of part 1. But we have created a very convenient view that allows us to show the keyboard range also for each part. Let's expand the layer in this keyboard range view, and then we can expand the item in this view as well, and comparing the keyboard ranges of each part directly and working without the need to adjust this information on your instrument. Thanks to the collaboration with Yamaha, we think that we have created a new way to experience a better live performance with your Yamaha instruments. Thank you.